Hello all and welcome to another Caffeinated Entertainment video. It's Art, here with a book review for Mr. Monk in Outer Space. This is Monk book number 6, I do believe. Just checking here to see if they got a list in the front. But this book is based on the former USA Detective series about the obsessive compulsive detective. And this book is amazing. It is great. I do have it in mass market. That's why it's so small. Obviously, but when we read about when Captain Leland Stylemayer comes in, I hear Ted Levine's voice, Adrian Monk. I hear in my head Tony Shalhoub's voice. I hear in my head Taylor Howard's voice for Natalie Tigger, and Jason Gray Sanford for Lieutenant Disher. Which Lieutenant Disher is always the comedy relief in the show, and he's the comedy relief especially in this book. He gets his something very funny happens to him that he takes very seriously, but it's known to the reader, it's tongue-in-cheek. It's also known to most of the other people in the book that it's tongue-in-cheek. There are multiple murders in here, and which keeps the book flowing, and we don't just focus on Monk's problems, and it doesn't become a book centered around Monk's OCD. It's centered around crime solving. I would call it kind of a light police procedural, kind of cozy mystery, because it's more about the characters than it is either one of the mysteries. I mean, the mystery does drive the plot, and that is an important thing about mysteries. So the mystery does drive the plot, and it is good. We see ancillary characters like Ambrose, Monk's brother, so he makes an appearance. I won't let you know what he does, but you can, if you like the character of Ambrose in the show, he is also in this book. It is very enjoyable, and the final solution to the mystery is epically, wonderfully woven into all of it. Like, Lee Goldberg, as a former writer of the show and a former writer of this series was written by Lee Goldberg and later by Hy Conrad. The later books were written by Hy Conrad. Both men worked on the show. And that makes these books amazing, because if you want more of the show, but you haven't read the book series, this book series is amazing for that effect. It's amazing to put you back in the world of Monk, back into the comfortable world of Monk, where the one with the most problems is Adrian Monk himself. I felt it flowed. One thing I did notice is that it ends on chapter 29, and why do I bring this up? In the book, because everybody knows Monk is obsessive compulsive, and he would have probably wanted one more chapter. Anybody who knows the character of Monk would agree. The fact that this book series ends on 19 books would also drive Monk up the wall, which I find hilarious. But this was a nice palate cleansing read, and it kind of jump-started my way back into March Mystery Madness, which I'm in throes of right now. I can't wait to get back to more of this series. This is definitely a slump buster book for me. It wasn't perfect. I felt at times it dragged on just a tiny bit. Things that I had seen in the show dragged on in the book a little bit, and I felt it was weird what happens with Monk throughout the book. I won't spoil it, but I will just say Monk is very hypocritical and condescending to a certain sect in this book, and if you've ever read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't read it, you have something to look forward to. Like I said, I don't spoil anything on this channel. This is not my way to do things. I don't spoil things. I just don't like to. I don't like to, and I'm not going to. But because it was a little bit slow, and Monk was hypocritical, which kind of took me out of the book, and condescending, which kind of took me out of the book, yes, it was very Monk-esque. Like, if he had a phobia, it reared its head, which, what isn't Monk afraid of? Let's face it, Monk's afraid of almost everything. Trying to hold back a sneeze, so if you hear me breathing deep, that's breathing deep through the nose. That's why I'm trying to stave off a sneeze. But to me, it's a read it, enjoy it. You don't have to own it. I own them because I love them that much. They're slump buster reads for me. It's a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. I can't wait to read the next one, which is Mr. Monk Goes to Germany, which should be a plethora of fun and a plethora of problems for our beloved obsessive compulsive detective. Let me know what you're reading in March Mystery Madness. If you've read the Monk series, if you watch the Monk TV show, I recommend it. Leave a comment down below what you think and what you like. Remember, I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 Central, and 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Without further ado, I say thank you and happy reading, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.